Let's rank every single defender in Year 11 Season 2 of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to jump straight into it. You guys know what a tier list is. You know what we're about to do. We're going to rank every single defender from best to worst. So starting off with Alibi, to be honest, she's not awful. She has a good loadout, but no one falls for her gadget. Now you can cheese it by putting it behind barricades and stuff. So I don't think she's awful, but I think she's a B tier operator best. Aruni, in my opinion, still one of the best operators in the game. I know they kind of nerfed DMRs, I believe. Did they actually end up doing that? I need to reread the patch notes, but I think she's still an S tier operator regardless. She's in a really good spot right now, and I think she's kind of underrated. Azami's going to join her in S tier, but slightly better. She can create some insane creative plays. Azami is one of those unique operators that can literally make an area of the map that isn't normally playable, and for that reason, there is no other operator in the game like her, other than maybe Castle, but Castle, you know what I mean, you can't be creative with Castle, really. Bandit, I'm gonna go A tier, but if you know how to bandit trick, S tier. He's just one of those operators that you kind of need, but the thing is, you can be countered as bandit, and you got to know what you're doing and how to do it. So I'm gonna go A tier. Castle, in my opinion, low end of A, high end of B. I don't know. What do you guys think about Castle? He's also in a weird spot. Ever since he lost his ACOG, I don't really know how I feel about him right now. The UMP isn't great, is it? So I feel like Castle would benefit from having like a new weapon added to his kit. Caveira, I'm also going to go B tier. A good Caveira player can win you the round. I'm going to go better than Castle, actually. If you can get an interrogation off, the intel that gives the whole team is just crazy. Clash, I'm also going to go in B tier. Now, I know a lot of people hate Clash, think she's really bad, but for the role that she's actually in the game for, which is to delay you, slow you down, and annoy you, she does her job perfectly. Denari, S tier. If you set up objectives properly with Denari, he can be the most annoying operator to deal with, and in some cases, you can't even counter him. You just have to take the damage, and you have to be slowed. He's insane. After Denari, then, we have Doc, who is just mid right now. In fact, I might even go C tier. Yes, he can heal. Yes, he can revive people from like across the map. But in 90% of games, especially if you're like any higher than gold, if you go down, you're dead. You're going to get finished immediately. And obviously, if you take damage, majority of the time in those higher ranks, you're not going to take damage. You're just going to get headshot and die straight away. So Doc is quite niche. And obviously, he can't rely on the ACOG on the MP5 anymore. Echo, I'm going to go A tier. I do quite like Echo as an operator. It's just I'm really bad at him. I know certain Echo players are absolutely insane, but I'm just awful at playing him. So I've never really experienced a good Echo round. Ella, I'm going to go B, I think. I'm going to go better than Caveira just because she's always going to be consistently okay. You know what I mean? Caveira can just be hit or miss. Ella at least is consistent. Fenrir, I'm going to go S tier. I'm kind of tempted to go low end of A, top end of A, but I'm going to leave him at the low end of S, I think. I think he's still really strong. If you can place these in good spots, you can literally make it so that they can't fight back, which is broken. But obviously you need to have the knowledge up here. You need to have your own strats and know when to swap them and that kind of thing. Frost, again, I'm thinking around a B tier. Probably better than Ella. I feel like most of the time in those high ranks, they just get shot, so that you don't really get much utility out of them. But even then, you get the sound cue, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm going to go B tier. I think that's fair for Ella. Goyo, I'm going to go A tier. Just really good. And again, kind of similar to Fenrir. If you set these up properly in good spots, incredible. You can literally delay for so long. Now, Jager, I wish I could put him in A tier, but he is so mid right now. I'm going to go next to Castle, I think. I think from Jager, or maybe Caveira below, these are the middest operators in the game right now. They all could do with like some kind of tweak buff to their gadgets, or even just like a loadout tweak. I don't know. All of these operators, in my opinion, are just mid. They're not bad. They're just mid or not consistent enough. Kaid, I think, is S tier. Essentially is needed on majority of bomb sites, especially if there is a ceiling Hatch, reinforcing and electrifying it is essential. Kapkan, I still think to this day is an A tier. Like I was saying about Frost, with majority of the times it's shot, but at least you get a sound cue. With Kapkan, I feel like they're easier to miss and the repercussions of missing it are greater. And obviously if they shoot it, you get the intel, so it's going to be useful for the team. So I think Kapkan is better than Frost in most ways. Also my most played defender, so keep that in mind. I might be a bit biased. Lesion, I'm also going to go A tier. I think he's up there with some of the best. Probably better? No, I'm going to go A tier, but not better than Bandit. I do like him though. He's got a good loadout. The T5 is great. And obviously again, sound cues on defense. Really useful. Maestro is mid, in my opinion, right now. You need to be a good Maestro player to get anything out of him. And even then, I think there are operators that can just bring more to the team. Other than that, though, I don't really have much else to say. Melusi, I'm going to go B tier as well. In my opinion, again, kind of mid. But if you place them down in the right spots, she is good. So I'm going to go slightly higher than Frost, but I wouldn't go as good as Ella. Mira, oh god, okay. Right, on the right bomb site, Mira is S, but on some bomb sites where there's not really a perfect Mira placement, it's just going to get broken. Someone's going to run up to it and punch it. Now you can't see through it. Or there'll be like a really long line of sight and then Ashe will just shoot their Ashe charge at it and destroy it as well. So since that change, I think she's dropped down to like a low A. I think it really depends on the bomb site if Mira is going to be viable or not. Let me know if you agree with that take. Mozzie, mid. Gonna go in the middle of B. Mute, very good, up in S tier, one of the best defenders in the game right now. Right now, I'd say Mute is first place for the best defender that we've ranked so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next up then we have Oryx. Gonna go in D tier. Now the rules for this ranking is I need at least one operator in the worst tier, and right now that's Oryx. He is the worst operator we've ranked so far, and I don't rate him at all. I hate this operator with a passion, so again, might be a little bit biased. I do apologize. Pulse, I'm going to go B tier as well. He did get buffed this season. And again, I did say this in my attacker video about Gridlock. She got buffed this season as well. But with Pulse, I haven't actually used him yet since the buff. So I don't know if he's like actually viable now. Just in case, I'll go slightly higher than what I was going to place him. But I do still think even with the buff, he's still a B tier operator. Let's zoom out so that you can see the operators we're going to rank next. And next up, we have Rook, who's going right next to Doc in C tier. Now, kind of similar to what I was saying with Doc, where, you know, in those higher ranks, you're just going to get headshot. That also applies to Rook, because Rook makes it so you're guaranteed to go down if you die to a non-headshot kill. But the thing is, in those higher ranks, you're going to get headshot. And even if you do go down, you're going to get finished straight away. So his gadget is kind of pointless. After that, then we have Sentry. I don't think Sentry is as good as Striker. I put Striker in A tier, so I'm going to put Sentry in B tier. But there is a few bomb sites where, you know, bringing a deployable shield and still having a C4 can be good to the team. It all depends on the setup. So I think it's more niche, but can be really, really good for the team. Skopos, I think, is still one of the most underrated ops in the game. I think when a good player gets a hold of Skopos and plays them well, they can be game changing. But the sad reality is majority of players, including myself, when we play Skopos, we don't really do that well. Next up then we have Smoke, and I think a lot of people would just insta put him in S tier. I mean, he delays a lot of time and you don't need to pre-place them in the perfect spot. You can play the round out, see how it's going, and use it when it's needed, basically. But with that being said, in my opinion, Smoke is an A tier operator. Again, one of those operators that I've never really got on with. Whenever I play Smoke, I'm never good as him, so it might just be a skill issue, but I'm gonna go A tier. Now after Smoke, we have Solis, who again is just a low end of A tier operator. The utility that you can get out of Solis is really, really good. What do you guys think of the current state of Solis? Is she good? Does she deserve to be this high, or does she deserve to be lower? Speaking of lower, our next operator is going to be Tachanka, and Tachanka is unfortunately one of the only operators who can rival Oryx in D tier. I think Ubisoft need to bite the bullet and either rework the gadget again and just give him like Molotovs or something like that, or they need to make it so like when you have the Shumika launcher out, I don't know, maybe you can have like a pistol out at the same time or something like that. I don't know, but when playing Tachanka, if you have his launcher out, you are so in danger and you can't fight back. After Tachanka though, we do have Thorn straight in A tier and right near the top as well. Since they reworked her gadget, she is such a pain in my ass. I always get hit by Thorn gadgets now, and there's like nothing you can do about it. It's really frustrating, but it is what it is, and she is now good. So instead of complaining about it, I'm just going to play her more. After Thorn then we have Thunderbird, who's just a B tier operator. I mean, you don't heal the enemy team anymore, so she's not any worse than B tier, but again, healing operators in Siege, they're fun, they're cool, they're really cool when they actually work, but most of the time they're just not needed because you die straight away. After Thunderbird though, we have Tuberao going straight again towards the top of A tier. Next to Thorn in my opinion, I think Valkyrie is an S tier operator. Obviously, if you put your Valcams in the right spaces, they're going to be extremely useful for the whole team. After this we have Vigil, B tier in my opinion. I think a lot of people would disagree with that. I know he has the Boss G, I know he has the SMG-12, yes he has a very good loadout, but I don't think he's a team player, and obviously he's not needed for that. He's a roamer, but he's not a team player, and I would rather have other operators on my team than Vigil. Wamai in my opinion is just the same as Jager. In fact, I think he's slightly better. Both of them feel like a weird role. I do think Vigil is higher than these guys, by the way. I'm gonna go like up around, I'm gonna go here, just missing out on A tier, but he is still B tier. And finally we have Warden, who again is one of those operators where they have a gadget that can be really good. Majority of the time you forget to use his gadget or can't get it off in time, but he does have the SMG-12 just like Vigil. He has a shotgun primary, which is really good as well. He has the C4, so he has really good utility. I think he's an A tier operator. I'd rather have a Warden on my team than a Mira. The difference is Warden mains don't reinforce, Mira mains do. It's up to you which you'd prefer. But with that being said, that is my final tier list. Let me know what you guys think. Is it a W? Is it an L? Which operator did I put in the worst place? Like, do you think Tachanka is an S tier? Or do you think like Denari is C? Let me know where I went wrong the most.